Hey everybody, this is Ashley from fiddledmedia.com, and today I'm sharing my favorite packing tips for Run Disney Racecations. The Disneyland Half Marathon Weekend and Dumbo Double Dare Challenge are just around the corner, and when I start getting excited for a vacation, I start packing, because the girl can never pack too early. So, here are some of my favorite tips for packing for a Run Disney Racecation. First, inside your bag, always pack an empty duffel bag or any kind of bag that will fold flat and take up as little room as possible in your bag. I use this bag for my laundry. So every day when I wear something on a vacation, I want to keep those dirty clothes separate from my clean clothes, so I go ahead and throw them in this bag. Then it leaves my main suitcase full or empty, so I can fill it with all those great goodies from the Run Disney Expo and from Disneyland or Walt Disney World. And I've got plenty of room to bring fun stuff home. Another tip, when you're done with your race and you're back at your resort taking a shower, bring your race day clothes in the shower with you. Let them get all wet and soapy and whatever just at the bottom of the shower. Rinse them out really well, then wring them out and hang them to dry. This doesn't replace washing your clothes, but it will take the majority of the sweat and stink out of them. So when you do get home, you won't have to worry about finding a big, clumpy, sweaty, moldy ball of race clothes at the bottom of your suitcase. It's going to save you a big headache when you get home. So rinse those clothes after your race. Next, even if you don't typically carry or use a carry-on when you fly, you really want to make sure that you use one for a racecation. Why? Well, imagine you arrive at your resort or you get down to baggage claim and your luggage doesn't show up. And what was in those luggage? Your shoes, your socks, your outfit for race day. That's something you really don't want to be faced with, because who wants to break in a new pair of shoes over 3.1, 6.2, or 13.1 miles? Not me. So I always make sure I pack my shoes, my socks, and my race outfits in a carry-on with me. I don't normally like to take a carry-on, but again, like I said, for a racecation, it's essential that you bring everything that you would use at home with you on your vacation to make the race day experience the best you can. Speaking of making sure you bring all the comforts of home, I actually travel with peanut butter and my English muffins. This is what I eat before a race. It's what gives me energy and makes me feel good. I know that it works. Sure, it's a little ridiculous carrying an entire tub of peanut butter with me on vacation. Some companies do make little lunchbox size peanut butter cups. My favorite brand doesn't happen to do that, so I bring the whole thing. But you know what? When I land in California, I don't need to worry about running to a store to grab what I need for breakfast. The night before the race, I know that I can go to bed and my breakfast will be there ready and waiting for me, and it's what works for me, and it'll fuel me. And you don't want to try anything new before a race or during a race. Speaking of fuels, again, gels will fit in your TSA checked 1-quart bag. I just throw my gels in there. Things like Body Glide do not need to go in your TSA bag because it is a solid, so you're good with that. And I also make sure I bring any kind of gummies or any of that kind of stuff in my bag. Again, the Run Disney Expo is fabulous. They'll have anything you can dream of having there. For me, it's more of a comfort thing, knowing that I don't have to go shopping when I get there for stuff that I need for the race, and instead I can focus on shopping for fun stuff that I get to try after Run Disney race weekends. And being prepared, again, I take each of my race costumes, so 2 races Run Disney weekend for the Double Dare means 2 costumes. Even if you're not wearing costumes, your regular running outfits, everything, every part of my outfit will go in these bags, from socks to sports bras, tops, everything goes in these bags. The night before the race, I can take the whole bag out of my suitcase, take everything out of the bag, and lay it out and make my little flat, actually, and know that I have everything for the next day all together in one place, so I'm not scrambling around at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning trying to find my race outfits. In addition to carrying the costumes with me, I always make sure to make a little costume emergency kit. In this, I have extra ribbons and fasteners and stuff that are on the costumes in case they break, and I can fix them in my hotel room the night before. I also bring along some steam-a-scene. This girl does not sew, So the steam is great because you can just put it and iron it on and it sticks fabrics together. So I make sure to bring that kind of emergency kit. And I also bring a first aid kit with me that has Motrin, Tylenol, Imodium. I bring these mole foam paddings in case I develop blisters. I like these better than the actual blister pads. So these are great as well. Don't forget your sunscreen, and not just for race day. Make sure the days leading up to the race, if you're arriving in Anaheim early, that you're using sunscreen and avoiding sunburn. Running 13.1 miles when you're already sunburnt, just don't. You want to make sure that you're putting your sunscreen on and that you're prepared for those days prior to the race. And also make sure you bring comfortable park touring shoes. It's not the time to try to break in those new cute sandals that you bought. Bring reliable shoes, even if they're not so great in pictures. Your feet will thank you during the race if you've got your great, comfortable shoes for race day. My last tip, travel with an empty water container. So you can get it through security. When you get through security, fill up this bottle. I happen to bring Noon with me, Noon to put into the water bottle just in case the airport water is a little disgusting. The Noon will help disguise that taste. When you're flying, I have 9 hours between New York and California to spend on a plane. You want to make sure that you're hydrating. Air travel will dehydrate you. And also, when you're on the plane, make sure you get up and walk around. If you have a layover at your layover airport, get up and make a couple laps around your terminal. Keep yourself moving. Don't sit the whole time because you're really going to feel it. You might not feel it that day, but the following day or after the races, you're going to really feel the effects of dehydration and sitting on that plane. So there you have it, some of my favorite Run Disney Racecation packing tips. For more information, you can visit my site at fiddledme.com, where you can also find my general Walt Disney World packing tips blog, just in case you're packing for a non-race weekend vacation at Walt Disney World and want some hints and tips on my favorite things to pack for there. So again, Ashley from fiddledme.com, and we'll see you next time.